What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Muri Lover, this time with episode 6, I believe it is. Good episode last week, honestly. I always say this, especially with TV series and such, I feel like showing is a lot better than telling and a lot more memorable to me. And last week's episode very much felt like you were reading a light novel. It was all dialogue, and yeah, so it was a struggle to remember big portions of it. But from the general gist of things, the black-haired girl is now in a fake relationship with our pink-haired main character. And they're just doing it to make the blonde-haired girl jealous. Which I guess is revenge for the blonde-haired girl kind of trying to make the pink-haired girl jealous with the black-haired girl, and using the black-haired girl, so the black-haired girl is now using the pink-haired girl to go against the blonde girl. Again, the name, as you can tell, the names I have not got down, so apologies. But I think that's like the general gist of the situation going on right now. We've also got the brown-haired girl that seems to requite any feelings that the pink-haired girl might have towards her, considering she kind of missed a kiss a couple episodes ago. And then this blue-haired girl, we haven't seen a ton of, to be honest, but she likes May, the blonde girl as well, doesn't she? I feel like she's gonna get dragged even more into it though. But other than that, I don't. Again, it's a struggle to remember so much dialogue for me, to be honest with you. Still enjoyed the episode though, but as I just said, it's just a lot harder to remember than if you would like see stuff visually. Which is crazy because I'm actually when I do learn things, like if I'm studying, I actually do learn a lot better reading it and like watching a video. But when it's entertainment, it's the other way around. I don't know. But as I said last week, I'm really not a big fan of this. I'm really not a big fan of the fact that these girls are in a fake relationship just feels very evil. Not very evil, but a bit evil, a bit mean. Although, again, maybe warranted considering the blonde girl kind of just wanted to have sex with a black haired girl just to get back at our main character. Oh, she's secretly a genius. I could see that. I could see that happening. Jeez. Girl is very upfront, isn't she? You got to appreciate that about her. So I feel like my nose is like twitching. I'm nuts for dinner. Oh, she works here? Meet another one of my girlfriends. How many girlfriends do you have? I just gonna straight up say it. Damn, disastrous. Do you know what those? I'll say those donuts look absolutely delicious. Those donuts look absolutely incredible. Oh, that didn't go too great. I got a bad personality. That's something you should be saying about yourself. I mean, I wouldn't say she's entirely wrong in a way. She's very much like, I very much envy the type of person that is a very carefree, almost thought-free, kind of fun-loving, live, love, laugh type of person. If you know what I'm saying. Very much envy that type of personality. So I kind of get behind what she's saying here. I think I'm more in line with her than I am in that kind of. I was when I was younger, but yeah, I'm not quite as nihilistic and bad as her, I guess. But yeah, I could understand why she'd call herself that. It's not healthy for you, though. I don't think. Not at all. And I could also see myself maybe doing something similar to this, right? As much as I said again, I didn't like it and I thought it was kind of evil. I could see myself maybe doing something, maybe not this bad, but something similar to this, honestly. Manipulative. But I'm not quite as like logical as her or anything either, I don't think. Dark side. Only a strange side, but she's a nice girl. She's too nice. Yeah. That is the thing with people like that. Sometimes they're too nice. There's got to be something. There's almost got to be something as dark as how nice they are that they're hiding. Do you know what? I know an anime character that I'd like that saying. licking the plate of poison. Certain Mau Mau. A room. Just a room, quite small. It's a very, yeah, that's a very polite way of putting it, isn't it? It looks bigger from this perspective. Who's this? She's got a sister as well? Is that her mum? I think that's probably her mum, and the way she's dressed. Oh, it is her sister? Okay. Very different, aren't they? That is her mum. Okay, I thought so. She works at night. Is she a hostess, do you reckon? How did you raise her to be so different from you? Question I have. Indeed. This did have the complete opposite outcome to what I expected she wanted. Then what did she expect though, to be honest? That's just how things are like this, isn't it? You hide something for so long, you care about it so much, you don't want other people to see or hear about it, and then it's just nothing. I feel like that's something I learned of like embarrassing yourself and stuff like this. People are so preoccupied with themselves and their own lives that usually it's not even worth trying to cover up or hide something like this, because again, people are much more focused on themselves. So maybe if it's something really embarrassing, like if you're at school, for example, they might talk about you for a week or a couple of weeks, or they might laugh at you for a couple of weeks or something. But eventually, there's so much going on. There's so much going on in their own lives and such that people forget. And yeah, I mean that's not always the case. I think there's, especially like with movies you've seen and stuff, there's characters that have been known for something embarrassing they've done for years, and they always get called like poopy kid or something like that, kid that pooped himself. But yeah, eventually all is forgotten, so you shouldn't ever really worry too much about kind of stuff like this. And that was a good lesson I learned quite a while ago. Never be too afraid to embarrass yourself or anything. At the end of the day, it's you that's kind of got to deal and live with it. Like these, yes, these people can talk about it and such, but again, in 5-10 years time, who's going to remember? You will, but they won't. But again, it always ends up usually being the case that this happens as well. When you do kind of hide something and reveal it like this, it's actually no longer that big of a deal. Mm. You nailed your high school debut, did you? The signs are definitely there, aren't they? Jesus. Break down right now. I think this is a good thing now. That you're still accepted even though it's so obvious that you were lying about this. They still were friends with you, they're still yeah. That's a good thing. I imagine initially she is pretty hurt, yes, but when she actually thinks about it a bit longer, I think she'll find this is good. No one cares about the thing I spent so much time hiding. Whereas actually, oh, they don't even care that I was like that before. They still even appreciate me now. Paddy fields. You do need that. As an introvert myself, I really appreciate the time I have when I go play football, for example. That's one of the only times I really get out. It's when I go play football, and it's really good because you build up a lot of camaraderie and you work for each other and such. Put your body on the line for each other, and it's really good for you. There was a period where I wasn't doing anything, and that was probably the worst of periods of my life. So even if you are an introvert, you do need a good mix of both. Maybe as much as you don't really want to initially. Pure evil. Oh, that reminds me of that hilarious video I saw on Twitter the other day. Some geezer getting mocked for wearing the same pants, and he didn't, and his girlfriend didn't get him a multi pack. She got him a pack of all the same colour, so everyone was thinking he was wearing the same pants every day. Have another bath incident? Bloody hell, man. Indeed. Now it's your turn. Small fucking area for two people to be in, isn't it? Oh, pretty cool. That's really cool. Nice mood setter. Quite a bit more romantic than with May. A bit less forceful. We'll get touchy. Like, I know how the pink haired girl is reaction to all this, but like, I know how the black haired girl's mind works, but isn't like surely she hasn't done this before, right? So surely she'd also be slightly embarrassed here, no? This is like not a normal situation. Oh, it looks like she's getting. Yeah, now she's realizing. Maybe her brain was just solely focused on like again the revenge and the kind of get back. She didn't really realize the situation that was right in front of her here. Well, as I said, I was gonna say like surely you'd be at least a little bit kind of embarrassed. That's almost that buffer's even smaller than I realized. Jesus Christ! Look at this. The physics on this bath is crazy. It's like a sink. Genuinely, that's like 2 sinks put together. What was I saying? I was going to make another point here. Yeah, one of the most alluring things, honestly, is the kind of vulnerability, the kind of maybe slight embarrassment and kind of risk taking of going through something like this. That's one of the like best feelings of it, especially when you're like successful in it and it's nice and yeah. So obviously it was like pretty embarrassing and such for the pink haired girl, but I'm glad she kind of realised what was actually going on here now. Again, you can understand where her mind was at. She was just way too focused on other things than actually realising the moment she's in right here, the actual situation that is upon her. Yeah, this bath gets smaller every fucking time I see it. Jesus. Like, if you judge it from their head size, like 6 of their heads. Face full of boobs. You got cushioned. I was expecting it to be the other way around. Yeah, you know what? I can attest to that, yeah. Sometimes we get a bit caught up. What they say in what movie is it that they say it's like a bag of sand? I forget what it is. Is it? I think it might be American Pie, maybe. That was quite the moment. Quite a bit more romantic than the one with May, I will say. Not quite as intense though. A bit more. I don't know. I proof. Just how bold. What's the point of it then? This is a bad idea. This is so cringe. Don't know about you guys, but especially like, but again, I grew up in like high school when I think the iPhone 2 or 3 just like came out and like I think social media was actually getting really popular. You'd have couples like this that would always like post photos of them like kissing and stuff like this like by the side, and I always just found that so cringe. Maybe that's a negative part of my personality as maybe in line with this black haired girl. She'd probably feel the same way maybe, even though she's committing it right now. It is for her own reasons, but yeah, I just feel like I don't know. I mean, you can have like a romantic picture like this, like if you're on holiday or something, or if you're just having a nice moment with your partner. But again, it just reminds me of those cringe posts I'd see from when I was a teenager on Facebook of people like doing this, and it's just like, oh, why? Why do you need to take a photo and post it online, especially? I don't know. I wouldn't say that to every kind of situation like this, but I feel like this is just a bad idea. Oh, bloody hell. What are you doing? What do you mean? Oh. Oh, I see. She's doing a fucking peck on the cheek. I mean, yeah, with girls, honestly, this happens a lot, so it's not it's a different thing if it was guys. I think this. It looks like it, doesn't it? Liar. Yeah, absolutely liar. It's funny how these things work, because I remember having my first kiss, and then I think my second kiss literally came the same week. So it might be similar for the black-haired girl here, perhaps. It's one of those things. In a similar vein to that, like I think it's like when you get married, or when you, as like a guy, when you not in a relationship, it's really hard to like pick up women and date women. But when you're already dating a woman, it seems a lot easier. Like the girls actually just come up to you, and it's just like, what the hell's going on? Maybe it's something akin to that. But yeah, really good episode today. Really good episode. Not quite as much dialogue as last week, so it's a bit more digestible. And quite intense at the end there. Again, quite a bit sweeter, I would say. Even though this is like a fake relationship and such, it does feel a little bit sweeter than the moments with Maya, I feel like, because it was quite forceful with her. It almost feels like it's happening a little bit more naturally between these two, unintentionally. I also, yeah, I was gonna say, I just noticed there's 6 people. I mean, I guess the girls can't drive, to be fair, but I wonder who the driver is in that car. Also, it does bring up the question. Like, I think maybe I can't speak for everyone, but I certainly assume like May, the blonde haired girl would be like the end goal, if you know what I'm saying. The final relationship would be the pink haired girl and the blonde haired girl, but I'm really not so sure anymore, to be honest with you. As I said, I actually maybe prefer the chemistry between these two, and how it was very unnatural how they started the relationship, but how kind of naturally it's kind of coming, and especially with the kind of blushing of the black haired girl in these last couple moments where she's actually kind of realizing and maybe discovering a few things perhaps about herself, and seeming, yeah, just how innocent it was all for her. I'm actually quite enjoying these two, to be honest with you. Maybe even more so than May and the pink haired girl. But yeah, really good episode today. Again, quite intense at the end there, but love the kind of topics covered here. Again, I very much relate quite a lot to this black haired girl and the pink. Relate a lot to, well, I was going to say to every character, not so much. But these two especially, I think these two are probably the most relatable to me. So yeah, really some really awesome moments today. And again, I can kind of look past the fan service stuff. There's not much of it, to be honest with you, so it's not that hard to look past. But yeah, cute little kiss here. And yeah, just another really good episode. Like this one a lot. Let me know what you guys thought about this one though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these reactions though. And I'll see you guys next week with episode 7.